It's not a podcast.
It's a GarCast.
And this is the world according to Gar.
Hello and welcome to the world according to Gar. You are listening to GarCast episode number 284. I am Gar. With me as always is the GarFather.
Gar! Hello, how are you?
Wonderful, how are you?
We are recording announcement free because this just happens so fast.
It's a big week. Thanksgiving is upon us, so we're throwing a very rare Tuesday afternoon lunch podcast together for y'all. Sorry about the lack of announcements, team. I'm guessing there'll be no emails. Maybe we'll get an email before we close up today.
Yeah, keep talking while I type this.
I will. So, just wanted to see how the weekend was. Now you got to think because you had a busy weekend. You had Yankee game, you had swim meets, you had...
No Yankee games. Definitely didn't have
Yankee Stadium. Excuse me.
Yes,
yes. Nightmare at Yankee Stadium.
Ah, yeah. We could start off with my crazed weekend. So we had... Well, first of all...
Maybe we should back up to the bus ride that we were worried
about. Yeah, let's start. So we recorded on Thursday, right? Last we discussed I was worried about Ryan, snowstorm. Mm-hmm. We were worried about our special guest who was driving to Pennsylvania as well. Well, all the fears came true.
For everybody.
Yeah. For those here in the Long Island, New York City area, it was just rain. New Jersey, mostly rain. Western New Jersey, a little bit of snow. But Pennsylvania got smacked with snow.
As well as upstate New York, no?
Yeah, not as bad, though. Pennsylvania really was the worst. Because, Friday morning I wake up all paranoid. I was dreaming the night before that I was on the bus and with her and all this stuff. Look at Life 360. The bus had left. It was just south of Binghamton by the time I woke up. I'm like, okay. She sent me a picture that was just like a dusting in Cortland. No big deal. She was sleeping, so I left her alone. Tracking Life 360. Smooth sailing, 55 miles an hour. They get south of Scranton. And then, boom, 9:02. I never forget the time because Life 360 kept saying, since 9:02, since 9:02. So basically, she didn't know what was going on. They were in stop-dead traffic, snowing like crazy, didn't move for 2 hours.
Oh.
Freaking out, am I going to make my event because it's at 1 o'clock? It's saying we're 3 hours away. Meant nothing. She's looking at Waze. So at one point, she's like, okay, coach, just heard from the coach that's running the meet. He said we can swim whenever we get there, and if we make the finals time, we'll still be in finals. Like, great, okay, relief. Just about 2 hour mark, she's like, we're being towed. I'm like, what are you talking about? So apparently, we found out more later, the highway was stopped because there was a section of road that must have had a hill that just had like a foot of snow on it, and nobody could get up it.
Oh, okay.
So a tow truck operator was out there. Found out 2 days later that after he towed you, he said, that would be $400, please. He towed the bus. He towed all the cars around them up this hill.
Oh, my God.
So once they got going, up the hill, boom, they take off.
Wouldn't you be worried if you were paying this guy that there'd be another hill, probably in another mile or two?
What do you do? I don't know. So they get into the Poconos, and they pulled off. I'm like, why are they stopping? But apparently they had to stop because of the amount of hours that they were on the bus. Like she said, her coach later told them. Because if they would have pinned it at that point, she may have walked in the pool at like exactly 1 o'clock. Like maybe. Or like 10 after. But I mean, how well would she have swam anyway? But at this point, the coach had said, you're going to be able to swim, so it doesn't matter. So they ended up stopping for 40 minutes. They got food. The bus driver was able to take a break, go to the bathroom. You have to stop.
You're going to be late at that point, right? Yeah. So just be late.
So then after they get that, she's like, yeah, Dad, guess what? I'm like, what? coach is so pissed. He just got a call from the College of New Jersey coach. The other coaches, because there was like 4 or 5 teams, voted not to let us swim.
What?
So we're going to be able to swim when we get there, but it doesn't count towards the points or anything.
What assholes?
Assholes. It was the coach, just so we all know, of SUNY New Paltz.
Fucking New
And
Paltz.
the coach of Stevens from Hoboken. He looked like a weasel. I saw him on Sunday.
Fuck Stevens College. It's a shit college. At least New Jersey changed their name from Trenton to New Jersey.
Yeah. So they ended up getting there. Her roommate ran off the bus and like dove in the pool and swam the 2 a.m. Like it was ridiculous. Nancy waited here, and then once they got out of the snow, she hit the road. So she was there a little bit ahead of them. But it was crazy. It's like, so her and her teammate Leah swam the 500. They I think Leah had the best time. Ryan had the 3rd best time, but it didn't count.
Damn.
So if you're on Discord, I just put the article from Cortland about the swim meet. It does reference the snow, that they missed some events. And they put a little zing in there where they said, we came in 3rd place despite not scoring in multiple events due to being late, to snow, whatever.
Asshole from Stevens.
Yeah, but she had a great meet. The rest of the time, she did really well.
She swam her first mile?
She did. I was there for that. I took the train.
Competitive mile, I should say, right?
Yes. I took the Long Island Railroad to the Jersey Transit all the way to the hellhole that is Trenton.
Is it bad down there?
The train station area is.
Is that the city that decided to get rid of the police? I can't remember. Remember when they were talking about getting rid of all the police departments back?
Yeah, I don't remember Trenton being part of that.
There was a city in southern Jersey that everybody kept saying, this is the perfect city because this is where they did it. They got rid of the police and it worked great.
Oh no, Trenton sucks.
You know who would know that?
Scared.
Andy.
What?
Andy will know that.
Get back to us. Andy was right. It is the college formerly known as Trenton State. But it's beautiful, by the way. It's all very new. Campus was gorgeous, I have to say.
New name, new campus.
Yeah, it was really nice. So it was it all worked out. And then we drove home Sunday night, brought her home for Thanksgiving. The gods that control ways. It's always a joke with our family. Like, is it gonna, because of where I live, like when you're coming from the South, you could either go Staten Island to the Bell Parkway or you could go Jersey to the GW.
Yeah.
To get to my house. Chose the Staten Island route, so that means we get to stop at our favorite pizza place in Brooklyn. Excellent. So we went to L&B, grabbed a pie, just took it in the car, ate it while we were driving, brought the rest home.
That's great. Yeah, we always get routed up to the GW now when we're coming back home from the South. I used to always just take Staten Island until the Waze World started. Mm-hmm. And then they kept saying, but I hate the cross Bronx. And I'm like, ugh. Even when in the beginning, when it first used to tell me that, I'd be like very reluctant. But then after time, I would listen to it. And
yeah, I mean, the Bell Parkway could suck just as much.
I hate the Belt. I mean, I worked in Staten Island for a couple of years, right? So I know the Belt very well. And I despise that road as well.
There you go.
The Cross Island, north of the expressway, the Cross Bronx, and the Belt. 3 of the worst.
Cross Island, north of the expressway, especially on the way home.
It's never, ever not. There's never.
No, it doesn't matter what time of day.
No traffic.
Because Ryan worked at the pool in Bayside this year, and that would be her ride home. And it was just always horrible.
Oh, my God. It was funny. You know what Waze had me do recently? I don't know if it was on the Cross Island or the Clearview, but it actually had me go one extra exit, which really wasn't far, loop around, back up, and then go on the expressway from there.
It's probably the Clearview.
It might have been the Clearview, because it's very rare it sends.
It'll do that. It'll put you like on Union Turnpike for a little bit or something.
Yeah.
And then, Yep. So that was great. And in between all that, I officiated a swim meet Friday and Saturday. I made it. Got to see loyal listener Mike O'Donoghue and Jackie O'Donoghue at the Post Floral Park High School Soccer Ticker Tape Parade happy hour.
Was there
on
any
Saturday?
Or they just call it that?
I don't know. I just call it that.
Okay.
But they did have a parade, and I finished officiating at 3, drove Reagan home, changed for the Notre Dame game, ran up to the bar, which is by the train station, hung out for 45 minutes, and jumped on the train. Now, let me tell you, Railroad to Grand Central to Yankee Stadium, piece of cake.
Flawless, right?
Beautiful. Even the train was like the Yankee Express. It was 2 stops from Grand Central. We were the only people in our car.
Wow.
It was amazing. But when we got there, you may have heard things in the media. I heard Mad Dog ranting about it yesterday.
Oh, was he?
Saying that everybody should get their money back, which I agree with.
Could you imagine if you drove there too and then had to pay for all that parking, which probably was nowhere to be found as well?
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't drive. I don't know what happened. I mean, we got there at 6. And I'm like, do we go in now? And I looked and I'm like, oof, looks pretty rough. Let's take a walk. We walked around the area a little bit, kind of like surveying what gates to try to go in.
Yep.
Didn't look like they had every gate open. And the one in the front looked like an absolute shit show. You couldn't even tell where it really started. Like it was just a mob, and you couldn't tell. Like you'd wait, and then you might walk into like a fence. You couldn't tell where they had it snaked. We went around the back. We stood there. We didn't move forever. We went around further. We stood there for 40 minutes. Didn't move. Like little kids, families. I'm like, this is... And then meanwhile, the line next to us was like, Sweets, come on in. Like, there was nobody going on the Sweets line. So eventually I was like... I mean, I was meeting people inside, but I'm like... And then cell service wasn't working because there's so many people that were there.
And you're alone at this point, basically.
No, I was with my brother-in-law.
Oh, okay.
So I had a wingman. So I'm like, dude, do you give a shit? I'm like, at this point, we're going to miss the start of the game. Let's just go to a bar and try this again at halftime. He's like, done. So we wandered over, like, not near where the big, like, Billy's and Yankee Tavern are. That was like a shit show.
Yeah.
Found this, like, Dominican bar. It was called, like, the Sports Bar. Looked nice. There was 2 guys with, like, army stuff on at the end of the bar. Went in. I felt like I was in another country. Like, it was wild. It was all, like, kind of, like, scantily clad. I'm going to say Dominican. That's my guess. Women bartending. And they weren't naked, like, but they were dressed in, like, nice little dresses and stuff and showing their stuff. And it was great. They had a bunch of TVs. They put the game on. A bunch of other guys ended up doing the same thing we did. Like, by the end, it was all, Notre Dame and Army people just watching the game. We even got some chips and some fantastic guacamole. It was great. And then we walked over to halftime. The gate that we had tried to go in before now was closed.
Of course.
And then he's like, go down there. And we went in some like special entrance. And I think the guy at that point just didn't give a shit. He's like,
yeah, they were done checking, right?
I'm like, what happened? He's like, Yankee games, that we have them in there all the time and we have full staff. He's like, this is just a one-off. He's like, we don't have enough staff.
Jesus. Did you go to the whatchamacallit, the hockey winter classic up there?
No.
I wonder how bad that was, because that's also in the middle of winter. I know Virginia Tech, Maryland played a bowl game there. There's a bowl game in January, I believe, or December.
I mean, this was definitely a sellout. So
yeah, right.
we went in for halftime, and Notre Dame was already crushing them. So
that was a bad game. I wonder if Army got stuck in the same traffic trying to get into the building because they apparently didn't show up.
Oh, but when we had the game on in the bar when it started, you could see the stands were empty
because nobody could get into the damn seat.
My buddy Jeff, who invited me, he went in real early. He had like his 80-year-old dad with him, so he got in, and he's like, "Yeah, at kickoff." He's like, "It was, like half full."
What a disaster!
Yeah, so F the Yankees.
Or, they should. I mean, like you said, they should get money back.
Yeah. And then we got out of there. It worked out. We caught a train. It just takes a while. It's like the train ride was like an hour and a half with the 2 trains combined. But
yeah, that's a crowded train getting out now, right?
Wasn't bad. Most people were going north to Westchester. We were going to Grand Central.
Yeah, you get Jersey folk and up north folk. So
we were all right. And I was home by 12:30. It's not bad.
Good. Oh, that's great. Wow,
but
what a weekend.
Shit show. Yeah, and then next morning I'm back on the train at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's crazy.
You need train frequent flyer miles.
I love trains. By the way, $29 to get from Floral Park to Trenton, New Jersey. A lot cheaper than driving.
That's beautiful.
Yes,
and you get to relax. And you did 80 miles an hour or 90 miles an hour.
Did you see that?
How cool is that?
Train was going 97.
I love that. It's so awesome. I remember watching Nick come back. I think I got an alert once that he was going too fast, and it showed like you had the rocket ship or something like that, or a race car.
Yeah, I had the race car. It was so
and I'm
cool.
like, oh, he's on the train. Look at that. That's so freaking cool.
It was a good ride. It was just packed. I get to Penn Station and I walk over to the Jersey side. I'm like, what's going on here? The hell? I'm like, oh, the Giant game. But every train was going to Secaucus, so like every 10 minutes people were getting on a train. Mine was one of them. I got on. I weaseled my way in and got a seat.
That Giant game was brutal.
It doesn't sound like I missed a thing.
Baker was.
How funny was Baker, dude?
He's the best, dude. I really have gotten to like him, especially since he kind of had his like near death football death experience, and he's loving this, and
he's been humbled already.
Yeah, he has. He's just gonna be himself now, and he's gonna work his ass off, and
he's good.
Great.
Like,
he's
it's
really
real.
good. That they got a good team. If they sneak into the playoffs, how great would it be if they sneak in and knock off Philly? Something like that. I hate Philly so much. It's every week I do football picks, and I just have never really had faith that they were good, and I've been picking against them, and every week now I'm losing because of it. And the one week that I go and flip and pick 4 of them, they're gonna win. So
of course
I'll just keep picking against them and take my lumps. We had a big football game in Columbus.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Indiana came to town.
And they shut them down. Kind of like if you were an Ohio State fan, it's kind of exactly what you wanted. You wanted to kind of put an explanation point on your season, go into the Michigan game feeling good.
Right.
And worked out very well.
No, I mean, they did what they were supposed to do, right?
They did.
Listen, we're a class above you guys. This is how it rolls. This is how it works.
So, yeah, exactly. Now, they got the big game this weekend. I was so excited. I thought they were going to get snow. They had snow in the forecast for Saturday. But they just changed it this morning to just cold and sunny. But there's still a chance. You never know.
Listen, for those who don't expect me to say this, it's only Tuesday.
Exactly. I don't think Anthony has had the snow football game experience yet in Columbus. And this is it. This is his last game as a college student there.
That would be cool if we could somehow pull it off for him.
Unless they get a home playoff game, which it's so funny because if you don't know the college football situation, right? So if you win the Big Ten, win the big SEC, like the big
tonight's the show. I love watching the show.
You get a first round bye. If you don't, and you're a very highly ranked team, like Ohio State currently is, they're ranked second in the playoff seedings. They would be a 5, which means they get a first round home playoff game. And as much as you'd like to get that bye, like there's something really cool about having a home playoff game like that. Like it's really cool. So we'll see what happens.
I know that was when I was in Notre Dame for that Northern Illinois loss. Before the game, when they were feeling good about themselves, that's what all the fans wanted. They we just want a home playoff game. Like, how awesome would that be?
They're in really good shape.
It's going to beat USC this week. That's it, right? They got USC.
And USC's not that good.
Yeah, they can't. They're playing great right now, Notre Dame. I mean, they're walloping people.
That game against, what was it, Northern Illinois? Yeah. Northern Illinois, the one you went to? I mean, they completely turned their season around after that.
Night and day.
And it's funny, they're usually overhyped. I think that game kind of set them back a bit.
Yeah, maybe.
They've been quietly just continually doing what they need to do to get.
Yeah, they haven't had any hype.
Right, which is kind of perfect. That's kind of what you want.
It actually was good because they did. Remember, they beat A&M the first week at A&M. That was a huge win.
Yeah.
So it was almost better that they lost that Northern Illinois game to just take the eyes off them.
Yep. Yeah, totally.
I still think Georgia could beat anybody in the country.
Dude, so much. If Penn State draws Georgia first round, my God.
I'm praying for that ass whooping.
It's so over for Penn State. Not even close.
Yeah,
I don't want to see Georgia.
I don't think they're going to let... In the first year of this, it may evolve, and they're going to add more teams. I don't think there's any way they're letting a 4-loss team in. But they'll let a 3-loss team in. They'll let
especially
if Georgia has
3 loss SEC team. Their games, every game is so hard. You can't compare the SEC games to any other conference. Big Ten's good, but they don't have the depth beyond that top tier that the SEC has.
No, I agree. I do actually look forward to this Tuesday
tonight. I wonder. Do you think? I think Indiana might still hang in there and maybe still get a seed in that in the bracket.
I think they will.
They're not going to get a home game though.
No, nor do they deserve one.
No.
And I don't think they care. If they make the playoffs, it's like, holy crap.
It just it just sucks coming off of a loss like that, but nobody expected them to be anywhere near this. So, I mean, they've never been to football school.
I mean, I would say no matter what happens, you're still going to end up with the Final Four. I would say at least 4 of these teams will be 3 of them. Ohio State, Georgia.
You have to put Georgia.
Texas and Oregon.
Yep.
3 of those 4 will be there.
I totally agree.
You know what I mean?
Should
so
be.
somebody may choke, out of that 4.
Right. I mean, the thing about the playoffs is they're not easy games. Like, it's a top 15 school you're playing against. Like, it's going to be tough.
I mean, I do, I'm not a big Texas believer. I don't know, they're weird. But,
I kind of been back and forth. Like, at points this year, I'm like, they are the best team in football. But I don't know. I bounce back and forth between them and Georgia and Oregon a lot. And right now, I'm just thinking Oregon's the team to beat.
Yeah, but I just feel like, I don't know. I think of Georgia as like a pro team. I don't know. I just feel like they could show up any week and beat anybody.
They're just, they're deep. They're well coached.
Now, their quarterback's not great.
Right, but you don't have to be great on that team, right?
No. It's fun. It's probably the most I've been interested in. Not that I'm watching every game, but this is the most I've been following college football as far as wins, losses, who's ranked where. Like, it's achieving what they wanted.
Yeah, totally. And I feel bad for Bama. Well, I don't feel bad for them.
No, they lost their games. They're not getting screwed. They lost their games.
I just feel like they're a good team. I think they have Saban. They're still. They don't.
You can't lose to Oklahoma and Vanderbilt.
No, although Vandy was better than we all thought.
Yes, but still, you got to take care of business. That guy will get 1 more year to coach, and if he goes midway through next season with 2 losses, he's toast.
He's gone.
So, good stuff.
Yes, excellent work by you.
Mm-hmm.
By college football.
I didn't really see any of it, just highlights, because I was so freaking busy, and I didn't see any Premier League, but I followed it.
I saw the score for Forest.
Yeah, unlucky for Forest that Arsenal's best player, Odegaard, who's been out for like 6 weeks, came back.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So not good. We get to play Ipswich this week. Hopefully we can get back on our winning ways in the City Ground.
Good. Let's go. Come on, Forest.
Let's go, Sumu.
I think there's an early week this week, right? Isn't it Friday? There's a first game?
Oh, God, I hope so.
I think I saw that on my fantasy sheet.
Because
the Friday football game is not something you really want to care about. It's Kansas City and Oakland. I mean, Las Vegas.
So you are correct. That makes me... Where am I going to be on Friday? Oh, goody. 3 o'clock on Friday. That's perfect.
Yeah, I did my lineup already for... I did my transfers already this week.
We got Brighton versus Southampton. Southampton coming off a tie against Manchester United. We got a bunch of games Saturday morning, including Forest, at 10 o'clock Saturday morning. My game of the week, let's see. We got Liverpool Man City this week, Sunday at 11. Salah's been on fire, and Haaland has been doing nothing. And City lost 4-0 to Spurs last week.
That's a shame. Did you see the Harry Kane goal? He's playing in Germany, I think, right?
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah.
It was a top play on Sports Center like over the weekend, maybe. Maybe I was watching on Saturday or something.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting into the box, probably just got to the goal, like right to the goal box, and the ball came in. He freaking just tapped it up with his foot, like right in front of him. And I think he like headed into the goal. It was gorgeous.
I'll check it out.
It was such the touch that he made on that ball, that cross, was phenomenal. All
right,
I was like, damn.
I'll check it out.
Yeah,
this is good that we are looking at this. All right, so this week, as you pointed out, I'm glad to see how into it you are. We have a Friday game.
I'm not that into it, but I did
set your lineups.
To set my lineup.
I need to consult with Sumu. I always forget how to use my wild. One of the things we have to use, right?
I did it wrong last year.
Me too.
The one that you get to use is resetting your whole team.
Isn't there a December date? We got to do that?
It's by the end of December, I think,
All
if
right.
I recall.
So listen to this. This weekend, kind of normal, just a Friday game. After that, we get 2 weeks worth of games in the same week. Stay with me.
Really?
Match day 14, right? So week 14 starts on Tuesday.
Ooh.
You with me there?
Yeah.
We got 2 games on Tuesday. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 6 games on Wednesday, including Forest versus City. Holy crap. And then 2 games on Thursday. And then that week is over. And the following week starts on Saturday the 7th.
Wow. You know who's all over that? Neil. No doubt.
Oh, be careful. So don't forget to set your lineups by Tuesday morning.
Damn, that's tricky.
So we've got Ipswich. Got to win this week. Because then we play City, who is reeling.
Are they? I think. Do they double up like this for the holidays? I think. Is that?
I don't know.
They did it last year. I think something.
Oh, and then we get United. Oh boy. And then Villa. Oh my God, the schedule after Ipswich is brutal.
Oh, gotta win these. You gotta win a couple of these games, right? If we want to be considered moving
there's no
into
Christmas
that next tier.
We got a full slate of games the day after Christmas.
Yeah, Boxing Day. Everybody's gonna be playing the Boxing Day for sure.
All right. A lot of soccer there. This is good. All right, covered that. Covered college football.
Not much else in sports, right? Jets are reeling.
Oh my God! Did Aaron go on Pat yesterday? I didn't watch.
Yesterday was Tuesday, right?
Well, today's
Tuesday. Today he's on.
I goof.
I caught the whole show yesterday.
I didn't. I worked from the Montauk office yesterday. We drove out and closed the place up.
Driving is a nice time to listen, no?
I was with my 2 brother-in-laws, and it wasn't my car.
Okay. Yeah,
but
you don't want to be rude and listen while they're in there.
That would have been nice.
So what did you think of second season Silo?
Oh, yes.
Without
finally,
spoilers.
I didn't want to touch it until I finished Shogun, which I did. And then just didn't have any time this weekend to watch it. So soon got home yesterday from Montauk. I was like, all right, let's do this. So thank God for the preview trailer thing you sent. That was very helpful. Because I was able to kind of go in with fresh thoughts of last season. First episode. Loved it. Just
considering it was like just one person in the whole episode.
Yeah, it had me on the edge of my seat.
They did a really good job of keeping you in her head, what she's thinking with the flashbacks.
It was a little, upon reflection, it was a little ridiculous. The amount of physical exertion that she did without food.
Like you said, she got a good workout.
It was insane. Like, it was a little nuts. That was a little bananas. But I'll let it go. It's TV. But I was nervous the whole time that something was going to happen. So, like, that was good. They had me on the edge of my seat for the entire episode.
And I kind of forgot. This is a minor spoiler, so if you want to just fast forward 10 seconds. I kind of forget you're living in a silo. You don't know how to swim, and that was obvious.
As soon as she hit the water, I went, "Oh fuck!"
Exactly. Nobody, right? None of them would know because they've never really been in water, and she knew about it though, right? I think they hinted to that in the season 1 about.
Well, in one of the flashbacks in the episode, they showed when she was hanging out with her friend when they were little in that area. I forgot about that area. There was water at the bottom of that.
Yep. Yeah.
Right.
And they told her, like, in water you sink to the bottom or something like that. They told her.
That was pretty intense. But like swinging with the rope. And I'm like, what are we doing here? All right, Tarzan action. But all of that was cool. The way it ended, I won't say what it was awesome.
Right. And then you get that same image in the next episode.
Oh, in the other silo. Very well done.
In the original.
They did that a couple of times.
Yeah.
Of showing you the exact. So we know the silos are all designed exactly the same.
Yes.
That's set up exactly. Cool. I mean, we know and then, you forget from the first season, but in episode 2, Tim Robbins goes to the book, for the order, because it's like, I can't wait to figure out, like, who wrote these rules. And
everything in the book is, like, almost accounted for, apparently. Yeah. Except if they don't clean and go over the hill.
When we went, the one thing about episode 2, I mean, if you want to fast forward 10 seconds, it's not really a spoiler, but I didn't like how we didn't go back to her in episode 2. Like, I missed her. I wanted to know what happened, but I'm sure episode 3 will.
I'm
That's
surprised
fine.
they didn't release the two of them together.
They're allowed to torture me a little bit. That's good TV. But when we see him watching her helmet cam.
Yes, I did. I never thought of that. That's fantastic.
Me too, but it makes sense. That's a way to research. They should have a camera on it.
And I don't know if he knew that there were other ones out there.
He did.
You think he did?
Yeah, I think so. That's what I'm assuming that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I think so. I think like there's got this because what's in the vault? They made reference to it in episode 2.
Yeah.
What's her job again? The black lady who quit drinking.
So she was his shadow, right, or whatever they call it.
I feel like she's got like a higher power than him.
He
was the head of when we first started the show. He was the head of IT.
I think she used to be the head of IT also.
I don't know, but he said something to her like, we're the only 2 people who have seen inside the vault.
Right. I think it's because she's been with him basically as a
and that's
shadow,
why
and something happened that they had some falling out. I don't get the impression that they had a relationship.
No,
I just think there was maybe something else.
Like, I forget his character name, but Common was the greatest voice ever. The head of Judicial.
Yes. Oh, he's great.
But he wants to be the shadow because he desperately, I think, wants to know more.
Right, and he's out.
What is all this?
He's not happy about that.
Yeah, so
I thought Tim Robbins' speech was fantastic when he spoke to the silo.
And it was almost like he surprised himself when he talked about it afterwards. He's like, yeah, I kind of figured that out, didn't I?
It was really good. Like, I'm like, that's like, who wouldn't? But he's smart enough to know. He's like, this is only going to last a couple of days. They're going to get antsy. And we learned about the tape finally. Like, we kind of speculated a lot about.
We knew it was the tape, but
what was going on at the end. They really do a good job of highlighting that in these 2 episodes.
And just a little touch with her dad. I do like her dad. I love that actor.
He's great, isn't he?
Yeah. And
such a good show. I'm so happy it's back.
When can I annoy you if it's not on Plex yet? Like, when does it come out?
I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday releases. I get notices when it comes out. So
I expect it to be there.
There's a lot that comes out on Wednesdays, and I think you ever watched Bad Sisters. I might have to throw that up there. It's a fun show to watch with your wife.
I like to stay. I don't like to do that.
You got it once in a while, bud. I get yelled at.
We did the Penguin.
Okay, I'm surprised she watched the Penguin. My mom said she watched it, but she's like, it's a little dark. So I know
she didn't like it as much as I did, but she liked it. I love BMO found the Penguin, all the food that they ate on the Penguin. Did you read that link? It was awesome.
I didn't read it all yet, no.
Even down to like what him and Sophia ordered at lunch, what him and Vic ordered at dinner that one night at the fancy French restaurant.
She's so pretty, Sophia.
She's a cutie.
She really is. And Yellowstone is back with more cowboy soap opera drama. It's good.
I feel like I'm going to handle Yellowstone like I handled Band of Brothers. Like I watched it 10 years after it was out.
Oh, you didn't watch any of it yet?
I've dabbled, and it just seems. I think it seems like such a mountain that like I'll dive in, I'll watch a couple episodes, and all right, I'm exhausted. I got to stop. Like it's just I've never dove. It's also never like taken a hold of me.
That's what I go through with The Wire. Although I really do enjoy it, it just seems like I know it's such an epic show, and when I sit down to watch it, I want to be able to like focus in on it, and it's so hard to do that. Same thing with Shogun. Like. I was going to watch it the other night, and there was too much going on in my house. I'm like, I'm never going to be able to focus in and read this.
Shogun is it really perfect. Shogun was swim practice parking lot by myself in a dark car.
Yeah,
that was you need complete focus.
That's perfect.
You can't take your eyes off the screen because of the words.
Yeah.
Like you need to go.
I was eating. What? I'm like, I can't eat.
No.
And watch it because I need to read what the hell they're saying.
Can't do anything. Just got to stare at it. What did it? All right. I was watching on my phone. The silo. Hold on. This is a spoiler. So, 30 seconds. The beginning of the first episode, we're in the past, in the new silo, right before they attack.
Yes.
And the kid comes running down and hands his dad, the sheriff, a note. What did the note say?
Oh, I know what it said, but I can't remember right now.
All right, I'll look it up.
Oh, I know what it was. It was something about the water or the flood. It was something was going to flood. We only had like so much time before the flood was coming.
Oh, so that relates to why there's water in it.
That's why there's water, and that's why they felt it was time to rebel.
They had to get out.
Yeah. Although, the one thing I do wonder is in the new silo, if there really was a breakdown, as far as I know, all the oxygen and everything is done from the lower levels of the silo. So if there's water there, how is anything being produced to create oxygen?
I thought of that as well. Like all the machinery is down below.
Right. Do you think we're going to get an explanation, or is that just something we have to accept?
Well, okay, if you came back in 30 seconds, we're still going to spoil a little bit. We got the guy behind the door.
Yeah.
Right? So what's he doing? Is he running some sort of filtration system? You know, what's going on back there?
I mean, keep that whole silo oxygen good? I mean...
Maybe it was sealed. Remember when she popped the door? It was
like,
maybe there's enough air in there for a certain amount of time now? I don't know.
Oh, we'll find out. Maybe we won't. It might just, sometimes in these shows, it's just...
Yeah, so I'm glad I asked about the
They miss something and let it go.
Their rebellion may not have been like the one in our silo where they were just like, we're being lied to, was, hey, the water's coming, we need to get out. One group was like, no, if we go out there, we're going to die. We got to deal with the water. The other group was like, we got to get out. It's our only chance. And the sheriff did say that to his wife. He goes, it doesn't matter. We're going to die anyway.
Yeah. Yep.
Right before they ran at the guys with guns. Oh, man,
I wonder if maybe that sheriff's kid is the one that's in the vault. Like, the one thing we don't know for sure is how long ago that rebellion was.
It was enough to completely decompose those bodies.
Right.
Dr. Bimo is not with us yet, so he's fast forwarding the spoilers. But, yeah. It was a while. But
unless they
could have been 30 years,
Right. Yeah. Who knows? With that type of...
I like your call on the kid.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, it's a good song he was playing, too.
Yes. Yeah, he was doing... Yeah, would have got my attention.
And now, all right, sorry, one more spoiler for everybody. when she finally gets across, she's looking for the noise, and it was a key hanging on the fan.
Yes.
What was the key for?
It was like a card key, wasn't it?
There was a key on it, like a key chain.
I
feel like that might
maybe it's an override into that.
If this was a video game that you and Fraser were playing, you would have grabbed that key and then went around and looked for
what
that key.
Totally would have collected it. By the way,
she saved it.
Fraser and I, nerd alert. Each morning we've been playing.
I was going to say, I noticed the two of you in the Tricky Trees channel.
So typically we would go into their Discord. They have like one gaming Discord that you're not part of. Mm-hmm. And we all meet up in there and we chat while we're playing to talk to each other while we're playing. But I said to him, like, let's jump in the GarCast one. Maybe someone will pop in and say hi one day.
Oh, okay. Maybe I should have. I didn't want to interrupt. I didn't know if anything weird was.
Yeah. So anybody that's on the Discord, if you ever see Fraser and I in the morning in there,
were two mornings last week around 8:20.
Yeah, we usually jump in like right before work starts. So we might do like a quick. We call it a run in the bayou.
I didn't want to come in unannounced and catch you guys.
Nope, come on in.
Something weird.
Nope, come on in. Sometimes I'll stream too, so you can see what we're seeing while we're playing.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So that's Silo. Anything else you've been watching? It was funny. I was listening to an older show. We used to do a lot of different TV shows. I remember it was like one of Andy's favorite parts of the podcast in the old days.
Of what? Sorry.
Andy used to love when we talk about what we were watching.
Okay, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, sorry, I was responding to messages. From now on, we're doing the announcement as we go live because everybody got excited and we now have 3 emails.
Yes, excellent.
We won't get to the meat though. Let's keep talking about shows.
I put a new show in GarTV today. What the hell was it called? It looks really interesting. It's about I think it's based on a true story in Northern Ireland or something like that.
Oh wait, is this a show my brother-in-law told me about yesterday? Let me see.
Is it? I'm gonna open up GarTV right now.
Me too. I'm going in. He told me about something that's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu. Yes.
About Northern Ireland.
Okay,
back
that's
in the Rebel days.
Say nothing.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's up on. And
he hadn't seen it yet, but his friend highly recommended it. Excellent.
The whole season too.
See, that I'll watch with the wife.
I was thinking that's a good wife one as well. And I think it's Rotten Tomatoes, it's over 90%, both viewer and critics.
Well, it certainly can't be bad, can it?
Dune Prophecy is getting smashed. I didn't watch the second episode
really?
yet, but it's like 60% both sides, which is never a good sign if it's both. But
it might just be like you really got to be into it, like geeky, to like it. Some show, and then everybody else who's not doesn't like it.
I guess I watched the first one. It was good. It wasn't great. It's just a lot of information that's going on. So I wonder if they're just overloading you.
I wanted to completely focus on that. I don't want to be watching Silo while I'm watching that.
It's tough when you're watching different sci-fi. You're like, oh wait, what's this rule? Can they do this here, or can they do that there? Yeah, lots of good shows and more coming. I started to watch Severance again as well, getting prepared for next season in January.
Okay.
I think Laura said he was going to jump in on that.
One of the swim officials I was talking to, we were talking TV, and she mentioned one of the shows that you love.
Shrinking?
Shrinking with Harrison Ford.
Love it. Yeah. That's a wife show. Wife and I watching Shrinking and Bad Sisters together right now. Bad Sisters is on Apple. It's a very good, it's a funny, dark comedy. I think you would like it also in maybe Ireland or Northern UK-ish, something like that.
Europe?
No, it's definitely UK. I think it's Ireland. Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny. It's very funny and very dark.
By the way, getting sunny out in Floral Park for you weather fans.
It's getting sunnier here. I love it. I saw that little rain this morning. I didn't even know it was going to rain.
Me neither. It was raining pretty good.
Yeah. Now it's gone. By the way, I haven't run in 2 weeks. I refed.
We haven't got a ref report from you in a while.
I refed 4 games last. I guess it's 2 weeks or a week from this last
season
Saturday.
ended. Season ended 2 weeks, like 2 Saturdays.
This weekend that just passed was the last weekend for makeup games. So the weekend before I did 4 games in Hot Bog. You 9 and 10 boys, which is great. And as I was doing it, I'm like, oh man, my fucking knee is starting to really was achy. And as it went on, and then when I got in the car and drove home, all your muscles tighten up. And as soon as I got out of the car, it was like really sore. I was limping. Christine told me could we just finish The Penguin? She's like, you look like the guy on that show you were watching. I'm like, The Penguin? She goes, yeah. I couldn't walk. Did a little research. It was the tendon that comes up on the inside part of your shin into the knee. And when I read about it as a tendonitis, I think it's called like jumper's knee or it has to do with jumpers.
Referee's knee.
It said like, usually treatments, if it's just tendonitis, is like ice and like a leave. So I took an Aleve the next day just to see if it felt better. And it did. So I was like, all right, I didn't do anything major. It's probably just tendonitis. So I have not been running at all since then.
All right. I've been running my new routine, it's weird, but it seems to be working for me, is I run Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And those are the only days I run. And I try to walk for an hour on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Sunday.
Perfect. It's so far so good.
I'm getting, my runs are feeling better.
Good.
My Achilles is throbbing right now because I ran last night at 7. I felt good when I ran. Now it's like,
Are you trying to run at the same times, like at night?
No, I'm trying to run at the same times. Yeah, I'm trying to run midday.
Yeah, and now that the weather's getting cooler, it's good to go out for lunch usually.
Yeah, I like to break up the day. It helps me.
Yeah, and that as well. I love a walk. if I don't run, I like to walk the dog.
In the morning, it's too hard. It's hard for me because I have to I can't get up and run. My legs, my Achilles just does not work that way.
It sucks getting old, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Sucks. But I will say on my runs, I'm starting to feel like my old self.
Good.
A little bit.
Excellent. Get back.
I'd say an eighth of what I once was, which is great.
An eighth of red is better than no red.
Hell yeah. Shall we check on these emails?
Yeah, let's go. We could get a Guar one. It could last like 10 years. Did you see? Oh, you didn't watch Pat yesterday. They got, I don't want to complain, but, or whatever they call that segment. And they opened up one of the emails, and it was like, or the tech tweets. It was massive, and he's like, "Whoa!"
Oh.
I'm like, "Oh, it's a freaking response."
Was it him?
No, it was not.
So I'm guessing my announcement got seen by this fine gentleman because 2 minutes after, or it was just
coincidence.
The subject is Garnation for life. Didn't want an email blank again. Happy Thanksgiving to you all. LBT and Christian.
Thank
you.
You
go with that? Thank you, Big Tits and Christian. Happy Thanksgiving, even though your ancestors didn't get on the Mayflower. Stay put.
I'm off tomorrow, bro. I got today is my Friday.
Good for you.
Big 3-day weekend or 5-day weekend. I mean,
I'm technically working. I got some meetings tomorrow, actually. Whatever. Nancy's off, and the kids have school.
Kids have school?
Mine do, yeah.
Yeah.
But not Ryan. Ryan's here.
We'll all be here, and I'm going to get Anthony from the airport. Uncle Doug is in New York. I'm going to pick him up from my mom.
I've been following Uncle Doug on Facebook. He's having a big meetup in the Deer Park, friend.
He is.
You're not going?
Probably not. That's tonight. I think I have to clean.
Oh, of course.
Because he's coming tomorrow.
You could choose not to clean and run over the hill. I love it. You're the perfect guy. I want to go out. You should say that to Brexstein. I want to go out. If you go out, you have to clean.
I just drop it.
Drop it and run over the hill to Deer Park. Not everybody will get that one. That's funny. What else did I see? Oh, I feel like I've reached a Facebook milestone. I do enjoy when it pops up like the people you may know. I think it used to be called suggested friends. And when you friend somebody from another part of your life, that really gets exciting. So recently I went through the beginning. I decided to finally friend one of the people I officiate with, like a referee that I have no other connections with. And then boom, that opened the floodgates to swim parents and all these other officials. And it's been a bonanza, but it makes it interesting. I didn't friend every one of them, but just to see who it's now exposing me to. Not sure why this one happened this morning, but boy, it was a big one. Nothing to do with swimmers. The man, the myth, the legend. Gary DeFelice.
My father?
Your father.
Whoa.
Yes, sir.
I actually still get a lot of texts or messages from his friends on Facebook because they think I'm him.
Oh, that's awesome. That happens to me with email with my dad.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was the highlight of my morning.
Oh, Gary's seen. He does like the ladies, especially the solar sales rep ladies.
Yep. Didn't go through his photos yet, but I'm expecting great things. I didn't friend him, but we'll see what security measures he has on his account.
You know who does use his email? His wife. We've talked about that.
Of course. I forgive the elderly. All right, next email. This one came in 25 minutes after the announcement. Gobble, friggin' gobble. Gar panel. Happy Thanks Garving. Hope Garnation has a great holiday and you get to enjoy family. Please share drunken photos of any gatherings. Please do the same. If punches and insults are thrown, all the better. My God.
Whoa.
Cheers. Loyal and thankful listener, Andy Shaw. Andy, I would like pictures of you punching people at your Thanksgiving table.
It would be amazing.
All right. Next one. This person did not trust that I would be looking at the inbox after I sent an announcement and sent a check the inbox message on the Discord, but I had already seen it. This one came in, got here 31 minutes after the announcement. By the way, this is how we're doing it from now on. Happy Thanksgiving, Garnation. Hola, Garmigos. I hope all of you have lots of thanks to give this year. Nothing silly to say or difficult to pronounce. Just wishing Garnation a very happy Thanksgiving. Oh, and looking forward to watching good college football this weekend. Ohio State and that team up north should be interesting. It shouldn't be interesting at all. It should just be a thrashing.
It better be a thrashing. This is like the revenge tour.
It's either a thrashing or Ryan Day's last game as coach.
Correct.
Oh, and that was from LLRG. Yeah. Thank you, Rebecca. Stop riding the train with Bosco and telling people what it feels like to deliver babies.
That was really done. That was well done by her. A little shot at herself. I love it. That was fun.
Yeah, she shares too much. That's part of her problem. Whew. All right, I think that's the end of the emails. Good stuff, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. There will be for no pressure. We know it's a busy time of year, but the Casa. I don't really know what Guar's exact plans are, but he has made reference to it, so I assume he is coming to Long Island for Thanksgiving.
He is. He actually messaged me yesterday to see if Anthony was going to be on the 11-something flight out of Columbus.
Oh, I love that.
I told him no, he will be on the 6 a.m. flight. Hopefully, if he misses that, he may be on yours.
And if he would have listened to last week's episode, which obviously he didn't, you told us that.
Yeah, I was like, I did think that, but I let it go. It's okay. He did say that, of course, Anthony's more than welcome to come to the Casa, so it is on.
Yes.
I'm trying to navigate whether or not we can make it this year or not. It's Anthony's basically only night home, so
there's no better place to go.
I've contemplated taking Nick and Anthony and Doug and myself, but then leaving Christine and Maria at home might not be the greatest thing.
Even if you zipped over for 30 minutes.
We shall see what happens.
All right, do your best. I plan on being there, but it's Thanksgiving. Anything can happen, but I plan on being there.
Yes. Yeah, it's not around the corner for you.
It's always a slow play for me.
Yeah, exactly right. You see how the night's going.
I've been in communication with my travel partner, and we're targeting. We're targeting, and we don't like to let anybody down.
Excellent.
And no one will hear this till after it happens. So.
That's the thing. We're telling people about it now, and by the time this comes out, it will be over.
Yeah,
it will be Black Friday when this comes out.
Oh God. No shopping for me, thanks. Oh, maybe online.
Maybe. It's changed so much now. It's like all week. Early Black Friday deals. It's like
it doesn't mean anything anymore.
Did you know on Amazon, if you put stuff on your list, like you can do a wish list, right? Which I've done. You can actually put notes in there. So I actually add notes now to say I looked at it on this date with what the price was. So I know when it's on sale, like in 3 weeks on Black Friday, if it really is on sale or not.
Oh, look at you. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a neat little feature they have. I don't know if that was their intention, right? But
probably not.
I go through like every once in a while. I'll just go and update it. If I have a price, I'll go. It's a new price. I'll put it in there just so I can kind of see what normal is and what isn't, how low it might go.
That's good. I will not do that. I don't have the patience or the attention to detail, but I like it. If you find any good deals, let me know. Amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
And let me tell you, it is nice having my my driver, the third driver, back in the house.
Oh, that must be cool.
Did you go drive your sister to swim practice? Oh, great. Okay, she's gonna stay right here.
We have a house full of drivers now, so we don't have that anymore.
You have cars that drive themselves,
and we have
drivers.
We have extra cars. Look how sunny it's getting out. Like I'm getting darker now because the light.
I got that, and now it's gray again. But they did say this morning on News 12 that it would be sunny and warm this afternoon.
The sun actually has a shadow in front of me now.
I see you. Oh, yeah, you're glowing. Yeah, cute. Let's see if Nancy wants to go out tonight. She's got no work tomorrow.
Oh.
Hey now.
Oh, I said to Christine, I said, let's go out. She's like, I got to clean. I got to make Anthony food. I'm like, okay.
I got to clean. I never really tied her to Silo, but now I always will. You got to clean.
I'm not cleaning. I want to go out.
Please do it. Please.
You do not need
Maybe I'll go meet Doug. He put the location on Facebook and everything.
Did he? Get out there.
Well, let's see. Let's put it out there.
What town which bar are they going to?
See where he's going. Dougie Fresh. There he is. Friendsgiving get together alert.
Friendsgiving. Aw.
Deer Park friends. A bunch of us are going to get together at Edgewood Bar. Sounds like a place I'd like.
One of his buddies, one of the friends, I think, might be a bartender there.
6 p.m. Sure. Perfect time.
Yeah, it's early. It might be there. JP from BAB.
All right. Tony Melendez needs a ride.
Friends. Tony.
Mook
actually made a note in there about Tony. He said Tony probably still owes Gary money from fantasy football. I think he actually does.
Okay. Doug is asking Nicole Schwartz to come. Jake Magnan.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Let's see who else. Oh, wait. Okay, we found out who owns this place. Or maybe they just drink there all the time. Because Susan Graziano said, so fun there. Send my best to Michelle and Rich. Doug said, is that their place? And Susan said, yup.
Oh.
So if you're ever in the Edgewood Bar, pretend you know Michelle and Rich and act like you own the place. All right. Let's see. Darlene Lamontia Greco. She wants to go, but she can't.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's probably cleaning.
And Mike Constantine.
Yeah, the Mook.
He said that. Oh, that's the Mook. He said that Tony M still owes Gary money from fantasy football.
It's true. Probably from like 20 years ago.
Doug, have fun, you old bastard.
Yes, enjoy. I will be picking him up tomorrow at 10 in Amityville and then driving to MacArthur to pick up Anto.
Love it. Love it. Hence the Tuesday recording.
Yes, be a busy day tomorrow. So.
All right. Well, we should wrap this up.
Yep. Hard stops.
I got a minute left.
I hope you all had
parting words for Thanksgiving.
I just hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday. Thank you all for listening. I hope you have a Garrific week.
I am thankful for all of our listeners and for you.
And you.
For being Gar.
You and I are here every week, unlike other people.
Hey, listen. Some people got a lot going on, and we wish them the best. Yeah. So have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Gobble, gobble.
Gar out. Peace. Gotta go. Gotta switch my headset to my work headset.
I pledge allegiance to the family of the United GarCast of the Discord, and to the Montana commune that we will all meet up at when humanity finally craps the bed. One Gar Nation, under God, or thoughts, with a vow to be excellent to one another, and to always follow that one simple rule: don't be a dick. Gar pluribus unum.